Hi everyone, it's me, Deb Lehigh, coming to you from my studio, the Stampin' Hut. And I have 4 cards I'm going to be showing you tonight. Using our Cottage Rose that is retiring. I have to say I didn't play with it much until this weekend, or this week. And so I'm going to share with you what I created. So when you hop on, let me know you're here. I'm a couple minutes early like usual. I'll wait, give a couple minutes for everybody to pop on. Hi Tina, welcome. You're the first one on that I know of. Thank you for sharing. Give it about a minute yet, and then I'm going to get started. My hair before I got on. Okay, we're going to get started. New catalog. I should be getting mine in the mail. It said 4 to 12 days before it's shipped. They were bombarded on April 4th with everybody ordering the free stuff. I can't show, I mean not the free stuff, the pre-order. Can't show you what's inside. So when they come, let me know if you'd like to have one. I will send one to you. So I'm going to flip the camera around and hold on a minute. There I am. Okay. So the first card I am making is this one. And all it's doing is using the DSP and your cardstock and 2 different color of Stampin' Right markers and our Wink of Stella. Okay. You need a piece of basic white cardstock, or you could use any color you want. 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Then you need a piece of designer series paper, and that comes 12 in a pack of 12 by 12. It's probably sold out because a lot of the stuff that was on the clearance rack is mostly all of it's gone. I looked, I didn't see anything that the stamp set is discontinued yet. So you can still buy the English one. I seen the French and the other. It was 2 different ones. But this is the paper. And I have to admit, this is actually probably the second time I used it. So I didn't get a whole lot of use out of it. So, but I have it here. I can play, make cards. So what we're going to do before we stamp this, we're going to take our Stampin' Right marker. Now I used Old Olive for the leaves. I'm going to switch it up because I think it's dark against the early espresso. I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. And I think I'm going to do this one. And all I'm doing is just coloring in just one or two of the flowers. And I'll do this one. When you cut the paper, you're not going to get the exact same layout. And it's 4 by 5 1/4. Then I'm going to take Melon Mambo, and I'm just going to color in the flowers. I think yellow would look nice with this, or Daffodil Delight. Color that in, and then the other one is this one here. Now you can color these flowers all different colors on this page. You don't have to just stick with just two. You can put some purples in there. You can do some yellows, bright colors. Okay. Then you're going to take your Wink of Stella, and you're just going to go over the flower. I'm sorry, somebody just came in. And Remy wants up. Hold on a minute. I'm going to open the door for him. Sorry about that. Thanks, Tina. Your Wink of Stella on. I did the flowers and the leaf and the stems. Okay. Then you're just going to glue it to your paper. I'm using my multi-purpose liquid glue. Oh, here comes my great-granddaughter. I didn't cut that right. Well, this one is 4 1/4 by 5 1/4, so it's going to be edge to edge. Then I'm going to take Friends Forever. Oh, I didn't show you the stamp set. This is the stamp set. Okay, and then it has dies with it. So let me get Forever Friends, or Friends Forever. Make sure it's straight. I'm going to use Melon Mambo. And I'm going to stamp it on my grid paper first. I need to go down just a little. There you go. And then we're going to stamp it on here, and then I'm going to trim. You can't see me. I'm going to trim this down because the stamp isn't very wide. So I'm going to get my scissors here, and I'm just going to trim it top, bottom, and the sides. Like so. Then we're going to get some dimensionals. And we're going to put that right here. And then I didn't put anything in the sides, so let me get these. Let's use this one. I'm using the next biggest flower in there. And we're just gonna stamp that at the bottom, like so. Okay, now if you want, take your Wink of Stella and just go over that, and it will pick up the ink, and instead of having just an all white with the lines, you have some glitter to it. I can't really see it in the light, but that is another way to use it. So this is card number 1. Let me close this up. Okay. And for the next one, gonna need the Big Shot, or our stamp and emboss machine. I still call it the Big Shot. This is the card we're gonna be doing. Now, when I did this, I took the paper. Let me show you. Get this out here. This is the die I'm using, okay? And what I did was, it will line up on your paper and cut out what you need to fill in those little spots, okay? So I'm not doing that because it took me forever. So I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm gonna run this through the stamp and emboss machine. So hold on. I'll bring that over here. Okay. And then I need my plates. Let me get this stuff out of the way here. You need one and 2, and then you need a 3. And then you're gonna lay this on your cardstock how you want it. And then you're gonna put your other 3 on top. And you're gonna run it through. And that's gonna punch out all those flowers and leaves. Okay, so I'm gonna punch these away. Now we do have a brush that fits on our pick me up tool. Okay, so I have them all out. Now you could save them if you want. I'm gonna take this paper, the DSP, and I'm gonna just line what I just cut. I'm gonna line up on here. Okay. And before I do that, I'm going to be putting glue on here. So, I'm just going to put on the outside. and then some in the centers here where it's pretty thick. And we're gonna lay this on here, and hopefully I'll get it lined up to where it's supposed to be. Okay. Card base is 5.5 by 8.5. Now I gotta move that. Scored at 4.25. Our card top layer is 4 by 5.25, and I'm just gonna put more. Whoops, don't want to do that. I'm gonna put more glue on it so the paper sticks, and that's just gonna lay on the front of your card. Like so. Okay. I'll put this over here. Then we're going to take petal pink and a dauber. And we're going to just tap it here. Tap it off and just go in where the flowers are. And then we're going to take Granny Apple Green, and we're going to do, whoops, the leaves. And we're going to just tap it. And that is, I used Melon Mambo, I think, on here, but I used Petal Pink on this one. Okay, and then we need Happy Birthday out of this stamp set. Just gotta find what I did with it. Oh, it's laying right open here. Happy Birthday. Get a piece of scrap. And we need to let's try Petal Pink for this one. I don't know if it'll show up good or not. No. And I'm gonna trim this down again. I didn't get this one straight. And we're gonna put a tag. And then that's just gonna get glued right down on the paper. And there's card number 2. And we're gonna stamp, I'll stamp that flower in here again. Do petal pink. Petal pink. And stamp. Okay, card number 2. Okay, card number 3. Some of this stuff out of the way, and I gotta flip my paper. Got glue on it. Okay, card number 2 is this one here. Paper, and I used our dies and I cut it out of the paper, and I'm going to color it in. I'm using Cajun Craze. Eight and a half by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then I need a piece for the inside, and that's 4 by 5 1/4. Before I do that, I got my Cajun Craze, and then I'm going to use this 3 flower stamp. And I'm going to take my Cajun Craze, and I'm going to stamp that, whoops, in the corner. Nothing like throwing the stamps at me. Then I'm going to take Wink of Stella, and I am just coloring in like I did the other one. And it just brings out that Cajun Craze ink. And it gives it some glitter shine. Okay. Then we're going to put that on the inside. And this is 4 by 5 1/4. And you're just going to put that in there. Like so. Okay. Keep that out. Get the 3 flowers. And we are going to just stamp these flowers randomly on the front of your card base. Okay. And I need this, and I need Granny Apple Green, and then I need the petal pink. Okay, on to the flowers. I guess I didn't get that. I thought I did. Yeah, I did. Oh, here it is. Okay. I think I got it now. I'm going to take Granny Apple Green, and we're going to do the leaves first. Very quick. Don't have to be perfect. And I use Parakeet Party for this. And I know what I did now. I didn't use my markers. I used blends. And it's not going to look the same. So, let me get the Parakeet Party. Parakeet Party. This is the ink, one of the ink colors. what I'll do is I'll cut one of these out and add, because this gets popped up and I can slide them under. My last card's a little more involved, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. And then I use Cajun Craze, the light, and all I did was just did the lines that are already there. I more or less colored them in. Do this with the dark, and then fill the whole thing in with your light and blend it. And then I took light fresh freezer and just did these little flowers here. Then I took my here it is, my Petal Pink ink pad and my sponge dauber, and I just went over it very lightly. I'm not pressing very hard. Okay. Then I took my bronze blend, and I just did the center of the flower in that. And like I said, I will cut another leaf out and we'll add it to that. So let me put this up on dimensionals. Put that right about there. And this will get glued down. And that's going to go right in here. And then I'll put the other one down here. Okay. Then we need Happy Birthday. And I did Memento Black. Stamp that, and we're going to cut this apart. And trim it down. That's going to go there. And that's going to go underneath it. So it just gets glued right on the paper. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and whoever your name goes in a drawing, and you will get all these cards. It would be 8 of them, 2 of each of these. Let me see what this looks like. I think I like the lighter one better. But anyway, I will add that light one. Then the next thing we do, we're putting on some bling. And this is Parakeet Party gems, the decorative dots. And we're just going to add a couple on here. Where'd that one go? Huh. Try it again. I was always told that to put odd, so I have 5 on there. So that is card number 3. Now I need to clean up a little here for the next one. Okay. This one here uses a 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. So we're going to do that now. You need a piece of, oh, here's the card, sorry. Card. And this is actually called stained glass. So I'm going to show you how to do stained glass. You will need a piece of basic white for the top layer, and that's 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to run that through a 3D embossing folder. And then you need vellum. You're going to stamp and we're going to emboss. Okay, so we're going to first do the embossing folder. So we need our stamp cut and emboss machine. Whoops. And I need number 4 plate. You need 1. And then you're going to put the cardstock in the middle of your embossing folder. Okay. Your hinge will go first in the machine. And you're going to run it through. And it comes out like this. Okay. That will go on top. We can lay that, it gets dimensioned. We can lay that up there, but I'm going to hold off because I want to get everything else done. So we need the big flowers and this small one. And we need, that's it. Okay, so we're going to take and our Versamark. And we're going to stamp 2. Whoop, one in. Make sure it's pretty well inked. Stamp 1. Okay, and we're going to stamp it again. And I'm going to stamp it on this other one. Okay. Then we need the smaller flower, and I'm going to clean that before I put it on my pad. I'm using our chamois. Okay. Then we need 2 of these. 1 and 2. Okay. Then I'm using our white embossing powder, and I'm just going to sprinkle it on my vellum. Okay. And then the same way with this. Make sure it's all covered. Okay, that looks good. Then, get our heat gun. And we're going to heat it up. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it will look wet when it's done. Can you see that getting brighter? Okay, and we have this one. All right, looks good. Okay, now we're gonna cut them out, and then I'll show you how to make like a stained glass technique. So I need my big shot or cut and emboss machine. I don't need that one. Need those. And I don't know where the other one went, so I'll get a new one out. It breaks my heart to open a new plate. I don't know why. This does. Okay. So then we need this one. And where's the other one? Huh. Don't know. All right, we're going to line this up here so we could cut it out. I'm just going to hold it down with washi tape. I might have to fussy cut them. I don't know where the... I hope I didn't throw it away. Oh, that ain't it. Huh. That's probably here somewhere. Okay, well, we're going to worry about this. So, put in the new plate, and off we go. I'll fussy cut those ones. It won't take me long. I hope I didn't. I'll have to look at my garbage can, but I don't think I threw it away. Okay, that's number one. And then we're going to do this one. Line it up. And put washi tape on it to hold it. And run it through. Okay. Okay. I don't want to lose this. I'll put it back in the thing. Okay. Let me cut this out real quick. Rain tonight, I think, and tomorrow. It's been in the 80s the last 2 days. I was going to have all this done for you, but I thought you would like to see how to emboss on vellum and then color. Markers. Now you probably could use your Stampin' Right or your blends. It would probably make it lighter. But we're using markers. I'm using, oh, this is Pretty Peacock. This is returning. It used to be one of our ink colors, and that is returning this year. And I am using Calypso Coral. I think this was Melon Mambo, but I'm using Calypso Coral this time, and Daffodil Delight on the smaller ones. So what you're going to do, the ones you emboss, you're going to flip them over. You want to color on the back side, okay? And I need Granny Apple Green, okay? So we're going to do the yellow, and you're just going to color the flower. And I'll tell you what, I am going to switch over to my table. It's hard to see the white on that. And you're just going to color this in. And if you flip it over, and if you put it on paper, you can see it's yellow. Okay, do this one. This is what's called stained glass. I'm sure there's other ways to do it, but that's what I'm calling it, stained glass. Now your ink doesn't dry right away, so you want to just be careful. All right, that's all we need on that one. Now do the leaves. You flip it over, you can tell if you missed any parts of it. And you just go back over it. Then we're going to do our Lost Lagoon, or Pretty Peacock on the flowers. And I am doing a circle motion. Well, there I didn't. Flip it over, you can tell if you missed any. Nope, looks good. And then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to do the green for the leaves. Okay. And then the Calypso coral for the flower. And let's flip it over. And that looks good. Okay. Let's bring our, and we're going to lay that on here like so. And this will get on top of this one. And then these get in the back, okay? So what I did was, I glued the flowers, the little ones, down first. And I find with, when you emboss and on vellum and you use ink, I find it hard to have something to hold it, adhesive. And I feel liquid glue works. And just make sure. Yep. So just hold that a couple minutes. I'm going to put this one down. Like so. And then this one. I need best wishes. And just give me my piece of paper here. Use Pretty Peacock. That looks good. And we're going to stamp that on here. I wish you could see my desk. It's like a hurricane went through it. Okay, now we're going to take 2 dimensionals and pop this up. Right there. Or do we want to put it up here? I'm going to put it up here this time. Okay. And then I need some bling. Use up my dazzling or rhinestones. And then it's going to get popped up on the card base. When you have run this through the stamp emboss machine and it has texture, you want something that's going to be strong enough to hold it on. And I find dimensionals are pretty good. They're pretty sticky. And I'm going to lay that on here. And there's card number 4. And get this stuff out of the way. Bring the cards in. Maybe I used the same color. I didn't think I did.